Lopez looked like a world beater tonight. Do you see him winning a world title this year?
That depends. Are you going to put him in with a guy who has a world title? If so, he's going to win it. You know, like, he is a sensational, sensational talent. You know, and look, we all know what it is. Occasionally, you get a guy like Julio Cesar Chavez, the daddy, right? Who wasn't all fast, twitchy, but was a great fighter. Occasionally, you get an Evander Holyfield, who also wasn't like the most blazing fast guy you've ever seen, but was a great fighter. But for the most part, when we look at these prospects and we're trying to figure out who's going to be the next pound-for-pound champ or the next elite guy, we're looking for fast, twitchy stuff. We're looking for the stuff that Lopez showed. When you combine that with the kind of punching power he flashes and the technique, it's not like he's the most precise technical fighter in the world, but that's a guy who knows what he's doing. He knows how to box. And then you have the attitude. Like, I know that's going to turn people off, and for good reason. When you knock a guy out because the referee did a horrible job, but and the Texas Commission is weak, and we all know that, and they consistently assign referees who consistently show bad judgment. It's not just they stop fights too early, because sometimes they do that, right? Lawrence Cole back in the day, like, he'd ensure the fight and then stop the fighter, but also they just show bad judgment. The stop the fight too late when the fight. And twice tonight we saw that with referees that the commission approves looking completely clueless, and that includes in the Lopez fight. Should have been a first-round knockout. It was an unnecessary second round, oh my God, the type of stuff you don't want to hear about later on in the guy's life knockout. And after that, Lopez goes up to him and does the broom thing, like he's sweeping out the trash. That's a bad look. Now, Lopez says, I understand, look, he's fired up in the moment. He's a competitive guy. They're talking trash before the fight. He's young, you know, and hot-headed. I get that. Lopez says after the fight that, look, this is him, basically, and he's going to turn some people off, but they're going to be interested in him. And he's right. They will be interested in him. I don't think that's a good enough excuse to behave that way. But it's not my life, it's his life. He's going to either learn from these kind of things or not. He'll decide the kind of person he wants to be. I've spoken to him. I think he's a good kid. At least when I've interacted with him, he hasn't seemed like a bad guy. But that kind of behavior will draw attention and yet turn people off. That said, what does the package I just described say to you? Right? The kind of personality that will be polarizing. A sensational physical package who fights with bad intentions, that's a star. And the reason that's significant is because the way boxing is structured right now, and it's really always been this way, it's just very obvious right now because there's so much money in boxing. The way boxing's structured is promoters are siloed with networks. So Lomachenko, it's not Top Rank's fault that Lomachenko beats everyone so easily that he goes to junior lightweight, still does it, that he goes to lightweight, still does it. Even at lightweight, it's like, who can he fight? Oh, Mikey Garcia. We like the Garcia fight because that's a dude who's also a top pound-for-pound fighter, but is naturally bigger than Lomachenko. That's what it takes to make us believe that his opponent has a chance, right? But Mikey would rather go up and fight Errol Spence. By the way, hats off to Mikey for fighting Errol Spence. But we all know why. Because, in a sense, it's less of a risk. You're staying in your promotional outfit, at your network. You don't have to do business like as difficult business. You also move up in weight, even if you lose. Look, you took a chance, right?